100% guarantee. Aspire Iterator. Now you be Baba.
Oh yes! Buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju-Lekki and its environs at Aspire Iterator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju-Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju-Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju-Lekki Shoprite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju-Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Iterator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Iterator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Iterator is here for me.
Oh, yes.
Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Iterator. Now you be Baba.
Oh yes! Buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju-Lekki and its environs at Aspire Iterator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju-Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju-Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju-Lekki Shoprite and so on. Commercially and industrially.
Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen at home. I hope your day is good. Happy New Week, Happy New Month to everyone. This is Noble People Television. My name is Yetunde Oluyinka Okeshola, and your presenter for your program Women of Valor, every Monday from 6 o'clock to 7:30ish. Depending on how busy we are. Today I've got a very special guest with me. She's not one strange to you because she's been on this program before. She's a very knowledgeable woman, wealthy of experience in life, and this is, reason why you'll be seeing more of her now. At least twice a month she has honorably promised us to be coming, to be sharing, and to be learning from each other. Very more often. I'm going to let her introduce herself so that you can hear directly from her. You're welcome to Know People Television and Women of Valor. Please say hello to our friends at home.
Good evening, friends and families. My name is Ricky Shitu, and I'm delighted to be with you.
Please do share this program. Please call your friends and family. Share. It's not just about women, also men are invited to watch this program. Though the title is Women of Valor, but we all can benefit and learn one thing or the other. Most especially, so this program is more to do with men, and we will really welcome men's contribution on today's program. The title is Second Mommy in Life. What do you mean by second mommy in life? I will briefly explain. We often know that women or ladies have natural instinct of mothering, anyone around them, be it a child that is put in their care, be it their own children, be it the junior ones, the junior siblings, to the extent of, transferring the mothering, nurturing, attributes, I will call it, to their husband or their partner. But do men really need a second mother? Sister, what do you think of this particular topic? Does men really need a second mommy?
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, depending on the way we look at it, we can say that yes, some men do want their wife to go that extra mile, because when you take the vow of
For better, for worse.
better, for worse, in sickness and in health,
For richer, for poorer.
in man flu, and for looking after, for protecting,
Yeah.
for being the general overseer of the home.
Mm.
Because the man build a house, but
Yeah.
it is really a woman that oversees it.
Yeah.
And so we become a managing director of managing the home.
The home.
So sometimes we do kind of put the husband as well with the utensils and manage them.
And manage them.
And then we overmanage.
We overmanage.
And then we mother them, and then we smother them. There is mothering and there is smothering.
Thank you, sis. When I was actually doing a little bit of research on this topic, I tried to establish the things that we can see, or what the things that mothers do for their children that even made us so, because majority of women or ladies, we have put ourselves in the position of a second mommy. But the fact as it is men doesn't really want to be mother. They don't need a second mommy. But when we now look at all of the things that mommy does for their children, for their sons, then it's looking like, so what are we saying? For example, we do, let's say, laundry. Some men will just cooking, housekeeping, cleaning,
Wow.
because this is what mothers do for their children, isn't it? So now, how can then we say men doesn't want to be mothered, and at the same time, the lady is expected to do all of these things? So how can we not say now in a way that we are mothers to them?
Well,
Because we do just exactly what mommy does before they get to the stage of getting married.
true, but the situation is there's a difference between mothering your children to mothering the husband. There's a big gap in the sense that things that you would do with the husband, you wouldn't do with the children. You can tell your husband, you can tell your kids to get the Hoover and sort out one or two places. Hardly would you be able to say to your husband, and you go grab the, the Hoover or whatever. In some areas,
I think some ladies does that.
well, yeah, good. Well, kudos to you.
They
It's,
say, I'm doing this, darling, can you go and do that?
it's in this country, in Nigeria or wherever we've come from, we have the house help. In United Kingdom, you unite in everything. You unite in the cooking, you unite in the
housekeeping,
in the housekeeping and everything, in the bills,
in the responsibilities.
So this is United Kingdom for you, abroad as it is. But the situation is that it's a separate way of looking at it. When you say mothering, there is a little bit of gap, because as your son, you are as a mother to a son, you're looking onto the generation coming. You'd already got your one.
Yeah.
Some men are already molded by their, so they're tied up to their mother's apron, so they say. And when they marry you, whether you want to mother them or not, you automatically take up the responsibility. Some, they are already independent in themselves.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that would say, why you behaving like my mom? You're not exactly my mom, you know. What is it? You know. So,
But do you think is that some men do enjoy the mothering aspect of it? Because when we talk of mothering, your partner or your husband, we're talking of laundering, finding excuses for them sometimes, you know, like if somebody wants to complain, like, you know, or whatever they've done, oh, is it because of this why you do this? No, like, mothers doesn't want their son to be blamed, or, you know, you want to overprotect them in a way. Cooking, and when they're sick, most especially,
man flu.
you know, the man flu, as you said, yeah, man flu, yeah, exactly. So they, you know, so men, when they are not feeling well, I'm sorry to say, please pardon me, they can behave worse than the two children as well. It does happen. But having said that, we, you know, to the extent, but many men do enjoy all of these things to be done for them, which is part of mothering them. But part of mothering as well could be like you giving them coffee time. You know, this is what a typical mother would do, to say, be back home, like if you're going out, what time are you coming back? Stylishly, honey, and then it's like, why? Okay, are you gonna be back by 10? And then if by 10 o'clock it's not there, then you pick up your phone and you start chasing. So where are you? This is what a typical mother would do. So, and then men wouldn't want you to do that. But then the lady doing that has her reasons for doing this, you know, probably thinking, what is he up to, and what is he not home at this time now? You know, you try to protect your own interest somewhere. So is it all right now to just mother them in some way and not mother them in the other way? Because to me, I feel like whether we consider it like that or not, if we are able to do or the laundry or the cooking or this, is that not what is seen as being mothering?
We can't classify and say because you're cleaning, whether you're living there by yourself or you're living there with a partner, you've got to clean up anyway. So you can't say because I've cleaned up the house and I've done this, I've done that, so that means that yes, I am then mothering. We're talking about mothering in the sense that yes, you over-pampering. Over-pampering of a husband is different to over-pamper a child. If you over-pamper your husband in the sense that, you know, even if he's wrong, you're not able to speak to him properly. Your husband hasn't gone to work and you've just, never mind, love. Things that he's supposed to do as a husband is not doing the gardening, is not doing, taking the trash out, and you still take it on board and, oh, I'll sort this out. Oh, never mind, honey. Oh, never mind, dear. Oh, no. Then it's over-pampering.
That is over-pampering.
But if you have to hoover your house, the house or whatever, because it comes with the territory. Some says you're a woman, so therefore you're like I said, you're managing the affairs of the home.
Yeah.
Part of the home is the furniture.
Yeah.
But the husband is not included in the furniture.
Exactly.
So you've got to look after your furniture. You've got to look after your house. But if it's things externally, your husband's not making a way out in the world and you're just not minding, I think that's then mothering, really.
Okay, is it okay for women, as you know this program, Women of Valor, is so looking at women that are strong and bold and can stand the test of time, even in the face of danger, or, you know, can stand. Is it alright? Will it not be perceived as being rude if you have to tell your husband or your partner to say, honey, you know, can you take the trash out or something? Maybe, you know, for some reason, because if you're a very agile woman that will just get on with it anyway, you feel like the man is just milking it and doesn't want to do anything. Some men will naturally, like you said, you know, if they have kind of gained some independence in a way, will just get on with it because their mother has given them that liberty to be able to do things for themselves. But you see that some, you know, men just from their mother's rule, you know, going into marriage, so they expect to continue. And what advice can we give to women that have found themselves in such situation? Because whether we like it or not, a man that lives in his mother's house until is married and going to join the wife or the fiancé now, they're now a couple, might be difficult to face certain things. How is this, ladies or women that find themselves in this area, how can they start to encourage their men to be a man and participate and contribute to the welfare of the house?
Well, let's put it this way. Don't let's confuse a strong woman. Every woman wants help one way or the other. Because she's able doesn't necessarily mean she wants to all the time. So if the husband is being like that from his mother's house, it's going to take a lot of talking, coercing, explaining, trying to juggle it. If you try to overdo it, you're going to ruin your marriage. In the sense that this guy is not used to all these things. This is a mom, like they say, mommy's boy. This is a mommy's boy. His mom does everything for you. And so if you are now looking at it and saying, oh, blah, 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 you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that.
You turn it into nagging.
And you become a nagger. And at the end of it all, you're going to ruin your marriage. So when it's come to that, you've assessed the situation. You didn't just see him yesterday and got married to him today. Surely you've seen the traits. That whenever you go to his house, his socks is one way, his shirt is in the other place. The guys, the dinner he's had, he's brought the plates to his room and it's there in his room and he's not picked it up. So of course you've seen the writing on the wall. So you need to start doing things while you're out there.
But it could be a bit challenging because some women, it's all right for those that have not already found themselves in the situation because this advice can be of benefit to them. But there are some that has already, if I could set an example of a situation that happened with a lady was many years ago, that, we happened to witness and see that was going on. The wife will go on a night duty, and it was okay. There was not any kind of issues because there were just two of them. She will still get on and do whatever she has to do and everything. But then when there is one child, between them now, the wife felt, overburdened with responsibility because now there is a child involved. And of course she didn't like. So out of the frustration, she was just busting out and just talking, and she couldn't help, but the man is just not used to it. And when the nagging became too much, the man started, stretch the leg out to find a place to say, oh gosh, I'm just going away for the nagging, And that actually led to their separation because, this is all because the man was not making effort, he was not, putting in his own quota. But I mean, we know how this can be very difficult. So should women just suck it in and just carry on? Or
No, women shouldn't just
because
suck it in.
Someone that has experienced something like what happened to the lady I was talking about, because she didn't wish that happened to her, but just only one child. And I tell you, it's been about 10, 12 years now, and she still with just only just one child. Because of the experience, she has said, no, if I'm looking after my child, let me just know that my child is my responsibility, but not a grown man. But the situation is not good for the woman, and it's not good for the child. So how can we, do you think the lady should have sucked it in and just carry on?
No, not suck it in, because if you do, it just prolongs the inevitable. Because she will still bust out one way or the other. But what she should have done is there are ways and there are ways of handling situations. If this person is not pulling his weight, there are talking, communication. In any marriage, communication is very necessary. And the way you communicate, as a woman of valor, it is not shouting doesn't do it. when you want, there are ways of me telling my husband, there's a saying. If my husband said, I've said it several times.
Yeah.
If my husband said he's not going to eat beans, I said, darling,
you
will not get beans. But I will make my mind.
So he's eating the beans.
He's eating the beans in another way.
In
another way.
Yeah.
And if he says I don't want my mind, believe me, I'm going to do. There will be beans in the menu, because that's what I've prepared.
Yeah.
There will be beans, but how he's gonna eat it, I might decide to do beans together with the rice.
Yeah.
And it will be something else. Or I might put corn in it. Or I might decide to do a pancake. I might do anything. But the way you say it
matters.
It matters, sisters. If there is a situation on hand, don't be a woman that just nags and nags and nags. It doesn't do anything. It's not even good for your blood pressure.
Not at all.
So you just need to let him sit down, let him have his meal, and then say to him, sweetheart, I'm knackered. Why? Oh, you work too much? I know. Fancy. If only I could get someone to make me a cup of tea, wouldn't life be better? If you told him today, if he didn't do it today, tomorrow,
say it again.
Say something else. A cup of tea would be nice, wouldn't it? If you keep one day, he's gonna say, this woman, maybe if I make her a cup of tea,
then she will be happy.
She will have something.
Wow. So in essence, our sister, our mother here is saying, wisdom. We apply wisdom in dealing. We have to apply wisdom. Even the Bible says the wise woman built
her home.
Her home. Let's acknowledge people that are here already, that has joined us. Suraj Wadamosi, thank you for joining us on today's program. Mr. F. Ogunleye, hello to you, sir. Good topic to discuss. Thank you, sir. God bless you. We want your contribution as well. What do you think? Do you think men need a second mother? Should we just continue to be the second mother, or you don't need a mother anyway? So then, give us your contributions, please. We're here to share it. Noble Police says, good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon to you. And it says, Eko ayeye ojo oni olotu. Happy birthday, ma. Thank you very much. Thank you. And she's greeting everybody in the house. Noble Police is greeting everyone. Mr. Ade Aga says, I need to download that. I'm speaking from the angle of a man. If you think the torture from your first mother, sorry, is not enough, I believe. 1 second, let me try and download from here so I can read it. Okay. I'm speaking from the angle of the men. If you think the torture from your first mother, men will not think to have a second mother. Mother are pessimistic in children's life, and every man don't want to be called mommy's boy. There you are. It is true. Because if they hassle that mothers will give boys, really, don't do this. And that's why we say, like, the coffee time as well, to say, what time are you going to be back? Mothers mainly will be more on boys' end to say what time. They want to make sure that you're in at the right time and that you're not hanging out with bad friends. The same way wife will want to do sometimes.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. In essence, to say, a different level, because as a mother, you don't want your boys to go out with, gangs, or this is why you give them coffee. But when it comes to husband's side now, you're giving them coffee because you don't want them hanging around and drinking, because when you drink and some thoughts start coming through across and stuff like that. So these are some of the words. Ladies, if I'm speaking the truth, please, you can let me know, or maybe I'm speaking from my own mind. Also, Mr. Adaga says every man needs to be independent and be able to control his home without fear of favor. Noble Police says over pampering is not good in any way. Exactly. This is what we're saying. Over pampering is not good in a relationship, because then you might be taken for granted and you will not be able to correct situations. if you over pamper. We're not saying don't pamper, of course. You need to pamper your husband or your partner or look after them. No police says most men don't mind being called mommy's boy, boss. Most men can't do anything without their mother. Mr. Jagger says if you give woman 1 yard, they will take it for granted and extend it to 1 million yards. Kike, that one is not a man, it's toilet boy. And then Ogungbe Adebola wrote to me, thank you for joining us on this program today. Some men are very lazy. Men don't need second mother. It's all the same thing. And do you think it is out of laziness? Because we must have come across some men, bless them. They don't mind kitchen, work. They actually enjoy going to the kitchen, There was a couple that they were, I visited them, and the wife was, trying to prepare something, and the husband was making jest that look at the way my wife was preparing them. And he just took over and just do the eba and was making joke about the wife was dancing, making eba like that, Then he prepared the eba, and wow, when the eba was brought out, it was
very nice.
Like that of the restaurant. Honestly, and the way it was shaped and molded, Some men really just enjoy cooking and it's no problem to them at all. Men like that, even when their wife has finished cooking, they will pack the plates. But what advice do you want to give some of our men that, feel the place of kitchen has nothing to do with it? What advice can we give to them?
Well, I must say that it's really part of this, the situation where understanding matters and communications matters. There is nobody is strapped up to the kitchen because you are feminine. Doesn't say that yes, so you are strapped up to the cookers, and that is what we are. The situation where we are right now, with our young women, we train them to be strong.
Yep.
And they look at us and say, oh, mom is the general overseer of this. I ain't having none of that business. And with our men, we train them like, yes, you are the man. You are to be the man. You're supposed to have everything. But because you now find that the boys have become men. They've gone into their homes. This is the way it's been. I sit down and then the woman cook the food and carry it and take the table, blah, blah. And they feel concerned. These are young generations and now they're getting better than us. I tell you that for a fact. Because they're now looking after their woman as nearly an equal.
Of course.
Not quite, but nearly an equal. But our generation, the generations of the 40s and the 50s or whatever, they are just... Some of them are damn lazy because they believe that, do you know what? It's your duty
as a wife.
To
wash my clothes.
Now, if you have a look in when you say for better for worse, there's nothing in there that says for better for worse, I'm gonna be your wife, so I'm gonna be doing the cooking. The priest didn't say that. There's nothing in that place that says, I'm going to be the one to do the cooking, I'm going to be slaving away in the kitchen.
Do you think, that men don't seem to really understand that they have to really contribute? When I say men, not all the men, but majority of men, does not understand that they have to do it or they just can't be bothered because that is the way they were raised. That is what they saw
because they
their
think that
fathers doing.
That's one. And secondly, they think that you're coping. Because they think that my wife is all right. She's all right. She's juggling it. And she's able to juggle it. And that's the problem. If you can't juggle it, you need to ask for help. A lot of women are going through so much. I kudos to the young ones. I've said it time and time over again. Because when I had my baby here in this country, nanny was the order of the day. You take them, you ship them to the nannies. And when they're able to work out more, you bring them back home. and then you're able to tell them to do this. But the young mothers, boy, I salute, because they have to do the runs. They have to make sure the home is okay. They have to make sure things are done properly. They have to make sure there is dinner. They're going digba everywhere. I mean, I salute, you know. But the thing is that, please, sisters, ask for help. If the man is not budging, you're not there as his mirror from home. You're there as his wife. This is not the country where you get house help. This is not a place where, and a lot of women are frustrated. Please ask for help. Don't just swallow. You are not there as his pigmeat just for him to,
slave, yeah.
And at the end of it all, come night time, is expecting. And you know, a lot of women are driving themselves literally bonkers just because you are not there as his second. Even if his mother had been his mother has spoiled him, you need to be able to explain one or two things and say, honey, listen, I am not coping with this. It's either you do the night shift or I do the day shift. Don't try to do the mother, do the house, then do the bedding beats. Please.
One other thing that I also noticed is that relationship is getting better between men and children these days. Like in the, like you said, people that are of maybe, 30s are okay because they will still have that love. But from 40, 50s, 60s, and you know, they don't have that cordial relationship with their fathers. It's always, you know, because father is meant to just go out, go and provide for the family. And so all the time it is your mother that you're seeing, but now we have daddies taking paternity leave from work and, you know, dedicating time to actually take part in the, you know, development of their children and contributing and being there. There are some men that are very good, and for all of you guys that are out there and, you know, are doing this, well done to you. But for those that are still thinking, because some men will say, okay, their wife should just stay home and look after the children, and they will go and work. Should we still expect such men to still contribute to household chores? Would such men not expect everything done? Because those are the men that will say, you know, that will really, really, you know what I mean, talk to say, I'm fulfilling my role as a man, and they expect you to do everything.
This program
is that a good?
This program is for women of value.
Yeah.
Okay? And if your husband says that you stay home, I don't know how you're going to manage that in this country, because Mr. Bill is always knocking. Yes. It's got to be one thing or the other. There's going to be a lot of, if your husband says you should sit home at a point and don't do nothing, then that means you're a housewife. Yeah. There is a difference in role. You're a housewife, and all you do, you look after the home, and you look after the kids. And that's the role. Yeah. Now, once you've moved out of that role and gone to work for part-time or whatever, and then you no longer, you become a part-time housewife.
Yeah.
So you're going to need help. But if the husband says, this is the role, you're there as a housewife, and so therefore you're not working, so there's no reason for him not to sit down and you fetch his slippers like the Victorian ladies. If that suits you, that's fine. But in this time, a lot of the young ones, yes, the reason why the older ones are not exactly what you said, that they didn't have a relationship. But the fathers now are taking time out for their kids.
For their kids too.
I see a lot of fathers doing school runs and all that.
What about, because other aspects of mothering a man that we need to look at is sharing opinion. I believe when you are a partner or your husband and wife, you are to share your opinion, whereas a mother will tell the child what needs to be done. You see what I mean? So how does women of valor raise their boys, raise their sons to be a man that value, a lady's opinion or their wife's opinion? Because we know a mother will always tell the son, do this, do that. And if you're used to being told, do this, do that, these are kind of men that when they now get the power, they don't want to hear a woman's opinion anymore. They had enough. They just gonna take, no. I had enough of my mother telling me what to do. And this completely blocked them off from hearing out their partner's opinion and sharing. What advice can we give to women of valor out there with regards to this?
Sisters, as we said, there are ways and there are ways. If you decide to ram your opinion down your husband's throat, he's going to tell you you can keep it. He's going to just say to you, listen, you're not my mom, so just keep your opinion to yourself. But there are ways of driving a car. Like they said, there are more ways to skin a cat. There are ways that if I wanted my husband to do something this minute, I'm not going to tell him I'm giving him an opinion. I'm going to be suggesting the opinion, bite size. And that is the only way. If he asks you for your opinion, make sure you don't ramble about.
Yeah.
Give it straight. This is what it is. There, blah, blah, blah. Always make a bullet point of where you yourself, you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, when he does ask you, and that's the end of it. Men, there's a saying, women gossip, men discuss.
Yeah.
But they're both talking.
Exactly.
Only there is a difference of they doing it. So if he asks you for the opinion, don't be a silly woman and say silly things.
Yeah.
Men value it when they finally ask you, you say the right thing at the right time. With the right tonation. With the right tonation as well. Arrogancy doesn't do it. And when it does come up that your idea has come through, I would say, idea, just walk perfect. I bought you, but it was your idea.
But don't go saying that I was the one who gave you that idea. Didn't
I tell you, let's do it like that? Didn't I say to you, let's do it like that? There are ways and there are ways. If you want to, I'm not saying you should over-pamper the idiocy of any man. I don't. But I will tell you precisely where you want things to be. If he asks for your opinion, give it sharp, give it straight, and give it truthfully.
Thank you, Mommy. This is why as a woman we need to spend our time, because sometimes they say when you talk too much, too much talk. By the time you finish parabolating, going from, you've lost the point that you were trying to make. We're all learning because we're women and because we talk a lot. Every one of us has a tendency. Please hold that as a very, very valuable point, because we never discussed this. That point that Mommy just mentioned. When you are asked of your opinion about something, your husband, your partner, your boyfriend, make it go straight to the point. Address the issue. Don't go setting examples of this. He's not asking for other people's advice or your experience. You want your opinion as a partner and a wife. I would also like to acknowledge Segun Okerinde. Mr. Segun Okerinde, thank you for joining us. Sister Toyin Shogboyo, thank you for joining us. And Mr. Omaki says exactly. Mr. Adedokun Oyewole, thank you for joining us. Men, we want your contributions on this program. Do you want to be mothered? Do you want your wife to mother you? Or do you just have enough of someone mothering you? You want to do things your own way, because part of it is not wanting, your wife or sharing opinion. Another aspect as well is changing someone's life. We know that, yes, no matter how long we court a man before we get married to them, that doesn't mean we will know everything about them. And we might not get to know certain aspects of a man's life until we're really married, or we know, but we might know up to 80%, 90%, but even the little 5% you don't know might be the biggest put off that you don't know, which you can work out with love if there is love in your relationship. But trying to change someone from their life completely, say this is the way, maybe you like to eat okra, for example, you really love it because of its benefit, and you marry a man that says, I cannot even stand the sight of okra, even if you cook okra, because there's some men like that, in a pot, I will not eat from that
pot. Yes.
It's like snails. Some people don't like snail at all, and if you cook snails in some pot, you will cook two still from that pot before they can eat from that. It's just who they are. So, I mean, trying to change, and now you're trying, okay, you don't want to eat okra. And then the man wants to eat ewedu, then you go and blend some okra inside the ewedu. Because, the man says, this ewedu is too dry now. And you will not, how do you want to advise ladies at home in that sense? Because we often want to say, we want them to kind of completely live their life and just live in our own world, like another mommy, in that sense, to say, no, this is the way I want my child to behave, and this is the way he should behave. So what,
first of all, ladies, we cannot change any man, nor can any man change his wife. You can influence a man, and you can encourage a man, but you can never change a man. Because by the time you married this guy had been 30 years old. He's already made. And if you see a man who is got some kind of attitude, if you look down in his parents, you might be discovered that yes, the father's got it, or the mother's got the same attitude. So how far are you gonna go? So that means you can't change a man. And that's where the mistake is. We try to change our man. We try to say, no, you can't. But you can influence the man, and you can cut off the edge, if you understand what I mean. In the sense that if the man, you married somebody already, if it's the 5% that you don't like, and that is the 5% that is getting on top of you, you need to see if I can get it up to 4%. But to have a 0, it wouldn't happen. Because number one, everybody is not the same. I always say to my youth, I said, you must always have a padlock and a key. You can't have 2 padlocks. Oh, I like to go to cinema, so he must like cinema. No, not necessarily. Oh, I like to do this, so he must like to do that. If you look at the best of the marriages that are successful, you find that yes, the husband is probably a quiet person, the wife is a talkative.
Yeah.
The husband likes to go out, the wife don't like to go out. But at a point, you like to go out, I don't like to go out, maybe once in a month, maybe once in a blue moon, maybe once in a green moon, you go out. But like, oh, I like to go out, I like to party, so therefore you must like to party. You can't ram it up his throat. No. And if your husband doesn't like okra, like my sister said, and you decided that, oh, you don't like okra, but you like ewedu, I like okra, so I'm going to blend in a bit of your okra. That's deception.
Yeah.
When he finds out, he's going to hate you.
Yeah.
So don't do deception. Do another way and say, if he doesn't want it, if he doesn't eat it, don't. If he does eat it, but he's trying to play up,
that's a different thing.
That's a different thing. You go back to my recipe of the beans. But if it doesn't like it, don't. They have a saying back home: the soup that the husband does not eat, the wife does not cook. So be careful. Don't be over smart, or you might get caught.
Thank you, Remy. Another aspect that I would like to talk about and like to explore with our with women of valor out there is when we make excuses for men, you know. Like I touched a little bit on it earlier when we started talking, like we're both parents now, and you saw my child doing something or, with other people as well. Oh no, it's not, we try to kind of cover up to say, no. And you really know that, you've been having your own concern about this kind of a thing. Also in relationship, in marriages, you will have situations like that you will want to make excuses. Maybe somebody is trying to hint you on something, and then we now behaving like the mother. Yes, we don't want to expose our home to people to try and penetrate. But then how do we undo such situations when you kind of hear say, they say, or something? Our women at home, we want to know, because majority of home that has crumbled these days is majorly due to he says, he says. Yes, some people can be, play the mother role to say, oh no, my husband is not like that, no, and they will not ask. So what should women do? Should they listen to hearsay, then say, and ask, because it's another aspect of murdering a man, or just pretend, see no evil, hear no evil, and then until evil actually break the door down and enter the house? How should we handle such a thing? How can we advise women of valor out there?
First of all, hearsay is a very dangerous thing, because that's inviting a third man or a third woman into your relationship. There is a situation with you and your husband. Your yes should be yes, your no should be no. Even if you heard something, please don't pretend. Bring it out in the open and shame the other person. Sweetheart, I heard this, blah, blah, blah. Is it true? And if he says to you, no, it's not true, then you should take it as that. If he puts the forcefulness and say, what do you think? Why do you think that? Why would you want to listen to somebody else? You're lying. She's lying. He's lying. Then you need to drop it. But at least he's now in view that you know what you know. So if he wants to address the situation, he can come back to you and say,
what you said
earlier on,
there's a bit of truth in it,
and there is a lot of lies in it. This is how it is.
And then you can iron it out and sort it.
But don't pretend, see no evil, hear no evil. The evil would surely jump in one day. Don't pretend. But at the same time, don't allow people just to be calling you and be saying things to you about your partner. Because you should know. If anybody wants to say things, I'm just going to say thank you very much. And that's it. But don't invite them in, otherwise to your enemy
a crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for joining us on this program, Women of Valor. Please don't go anywhere. We are going to go on a very short break, and when we come back, we're just going to be rounding up what we have discussed. And if you have more things that you have sent us, we're going to be reading it. Just before we go on break, I would like to acknowledge a sister and a very lovely friend, Yeye Arewa Sunshine. Thank you for joining us on this program. Hope you're well. Thank you. God bless you. We're going to go on a very short break. Please don't go anywhere and stay tuned. God bless.
On the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes, because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes, because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes, because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short.
You are welcome back to Women of Valor program. Thank you for staying tuned and thank you for joining us. Please do share this program. Today's topic is about second mommy in men's life. Does men need a second mommy? Is it all men? While some men do enjoy the pampering, the over pampering, because every woman will pamper their man. Some men do enjoy it, but majority, up to 90 or even if not 95% of men doesn't want to be mothered again because they, already have their mother. They just need a part. They need someone to support them. They want a relationship that you both contribute, that you're both living in, not somebody telling them what to do. Before we went on break, we did discuss about laundry, cooking, cleaning, and all sorts of things. And we're saying that as it is good for women to do these chores, so also men should contribute, because so that doesn't look like we're mothering them too much. They should support. Gone are the days in the past when the place of a woman is in the kitchen and we do nothing else, but we do equally as men do as well. Not saying that we should be rubbing shoulder with our husband, with our partners, or be, having a bigger ego to kind of stand against them. That's not what we're saying. We are just saying that we should do our duty in humility and not to be arrogant at the same time. Mommy, the aspect that I want us to talk about now is about physical attention. All men need physical attention. It just ranges from, people to people because people are different. Where some men will be able to go out on their own to go and do their own shopping, even do shopping for their wife. Whereas there are some men that it is their wife that we know the size of their shoe. It is the wife that we know the size of their. They just find things in the wardrobe. Yes, the man might provide the money, or if they have a joint account where they do it. Some men just love, okay, whatever you see me wearing, that's, but some women are saying, like, I'm not his mother, I'm not, why should I be doing shopping for him? Like, I'm doing shopping for my son. What do you think? What is your opinion about this? And what would you advise?
I would say that paying attention, and I mean paying attention to your loved one, to your husband, to your boo-boo, to your whatever you call him, that's not mothering, that's caring. I mean, if you see, the reason why is because a lot of men, like I said, you know, they just do their own things. But we pay attention to details.
To details, yeah.
We're very detailed. That's why we are the homemaker, you know. And men would wear his trousers. You don't have to tell him how to wear his trousers or how to wear his, but is he wearing a matching one? Is he wearing, you know, I've known men to wear odd socks and say, what's the problem? It's gonna be under my trousers anyway. It's both black, but the designs are different. It's a woman that would notice that. But the thing is that if you say to your husband, honey, this tie is not matching with this thing, that's not mothering him. That's, you know, that's showing your handiwork. Yeah. That's, you know, when a man goes out and is badly dressed sometimes, and some women gullibly will follow. And they'll look at the wife and they'll look at the husband.
Say, can the wife not tell?
For God's sake, didn't this woman see this guy?
Yeah.
You know, didn't he see that this tie is the wrong color to his suit? You know, for you paying attention to that, that's a good thing. Yeah. Buying your husband things and buying him clothes, trousers, the shirts or whatever, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. As long as you spend his money, a little bit of yours, but a lot of his. You know, I buy him clothes and I make sure I buy him one suit and I buy me 3 suits.
You see?
You know, win-win situation. So, you know, just as long as you are able to put, it's not that he's outside and that's when you are adjusting the tie.
Yeah.
That's a no-no. You should just wink and say, honey, tie this way. But not when you now see him outside, and then you decide to go and fiddle with his tie outside. And fiddle with his outside. That's wrong.
That's not good.
What you should do, you could even text him.
Yeah, exactly.
Darling, your zipper is on.
Yes, exactly. Your
flower is open.
Or something.
But don't go there and then try to pull his trousers off. Trying to just no. It's that's them mothering. Yeah. That's mothering. That's really proper mothering. Yeah. That's being a mommy.
So it is not a bad thing, like, you know, mommy said that we can, you know, buy things for our husband.
Oh, I do it.
There's nothing wrong at all about it. We're just, you know, also saying that it's before you leave home, if you're going out with, you know, just take
a minute.
Take a look. Just take a minute and look. There's some men out there that they will stay back and let you walk ahead in front of them to see. There's some men out like that too. Yeah. As you're checking them out, they're checking you out too. Yes. And it's good because you are there to look out for each other.
Yes.
It's not when you're now in the public that then you know, some ladies when they dress and the cleavage is a little bit showing, you know, your husband should be able to tell you before you leave him to say, when you sit down, because sometimes you have ladies, we can have wardrobe malfunctioning, they call it. You know, you wear it in front of the mirror at home. It's looking good, it's alright. But then by the time you reach where you're going, is that something is not right and this is not straight and you know, you have to adjust. But if your husband tells you, don't say no, he's only jealous because he doesn't want, you know, anyone to see the cleavage or whatever. Well, if your husband doesn't want any other man to see the cleavage, he doesn't want it, so he should cover up. You know, so you know, physical attention as well is good, but don't do it in a mothering way, like, you know, mommy said, adjusting your husband's tie in the public. He has to do that himself, because then you just kind of bringing him down, really. You're not making him look, and he's not going to feel. That's not love. That is actually not love. That is kind of demoralizing and downgrading the man. Just before we go, I would like mommy to kind of tell us about KGC, because she is the CEO for KGC, Kingdom Gift Center at Peckham Ride Lane, where there are lots of stuff. I'll let her, you know, please let me tell our viewers at home about KGC, churches, you know, any church or any church attempt that you know, please.
Well, KGC is Kingdom Gift Center It's based on 208 Rye Lane, Peckham SC 154NL. Website is www.kingdomgiftscenter@yahoo.co.uk. Sorry.
What's the telephone number to contact?
0208-616-0571. And we are based in Peckham, and we ship internationally to all over the world. We sell clergy things, we sell church supplies, pulpits, ashokpepe, amore, perfumes, all sorts of things we sell. We sell Bibles as well. We give
different versions.
We have gifts for the homes, and we have the attires as well. We have the attires for the bishop, for the afar, for pastors, priests. We have the shirts.
Altars.
Yes, we have the pulpits as well, and the lectins. So whatever you want, come on down. And for all the viewers on Noble TV, we'll be giving you 10% off.
Wow.
Whatever you ask for.
Whatever, just mention the advert from Noble People Television.
Yes. So
then you will get 10% discount.
So I can give you a code offline now, and that will be KGC2 NK Noble.
I will just type it KGC2
NK Noble. That will be your code.
K Noble.
That's it.
That will be your code.
That will be the code for you to receive your 10%
discount.
As long as you punch in that code, which will be effective in the next hour, onto the website, or you come to the shop and mention that code, we will give you 10% off anything you buy.
I've actually put the code online for you, so you can mention this. You know, even if you want to give your church a gift like Holy Communion wine, there are non-alcoholic and communion bread, the communion trays and all the ornaments. They're all there, beautiful. Go there and have a look around. You want to buy some prayer, prints for your home, it's all there. We can't tell you all enough. You just have to, visit the shop at Rye Lane, right at the top, just opposite the Barclays Bank, at the top of Rye Lane. So thank you very much for joining me on this program today. Thank you very much. God bless you. This is where we're going to end today's program on Women of Valor. And we believe that you have learned one or two things. And thanks to all our viewers at home. Thanks to all the men and the women that have contributed positively to this program today. We wish you a very happy week and a happy month as well. And we pray that God Almighty will continue to keep and bless you all. Thank you for supporting us at No People Television on all our program. We'll see you again. Just after this program is going to be Business Surgery by Benny Abu. So if you're looking to start up a business, this is a very, very good program. There's a lot of, she's a professional in that area, and she will give you a lot of advices. Thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.
Good evening.
For things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry, because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes, because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system, because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the